Hello, all, and welcome back to the virtual table Coward's Call. I am, as always, your host and dungeon master, the Grand Author, Master of Fate, Weaver of Stories, Grandine to some and Jory to the rest. My pronouns are they, them, and joining me this week are the players of this campaign. Frankenstein, whose pronouns are he, him, will be playing the male satyr druid Dara Aquilane. Michael, whose pronouns are he, him, will be playing the dwarven cleric of the Forge Thorin, humble servant of Hephaestus. And Eli, whose pronouns are he, him, will be playing the Goliath, son of a gun paladin, Gunny Storeskip. Jaden, who normally plays the wizard Philocial, has asked for a break from the campaign, and for personal reasons will be taking an indefinite hiatus, so he won't be joining us for the time being. As such, I'll be taking temporary control of Philocial, and she will be leaving the party at some point until, she can come back when it is appropriate for her to do so. This session is a little bit different than most. Normally, I go over just the most recent couple of events in the campaign to get the players in the head state to deal with the problems at hand, but today will be a chance to see the wider scope of things. So, I want to make sure everyone is on the same page, and to that end, I am going to begin with a total recap of everything that has happened so far. For those of you watching along at YouTube, if you want to skip this, I'll put a timestamp here. Last we left our precocious player characters, they had finally found themselves getting a glimpse of a larger picture of what is truly happening in the harried, plagued town of Coward's Run. Giant beasts, crazed livestock, poisoned water, undead, and vanishing children all troubled the people here. But what connection could these disparate elements have? From the crawling cave embedded into the cliff overhanging the tiny hamlet, they discovered the presence of something old, powerful, and intensely magical underneath the grounds of the village, and the fact that it was seemingly of an arachnid nature. Their knowledge gained there was not won lightly, however, as in the shuffle, the group found themselves plunged into a collective state of unconsciousness that, thanks to the presence of one kindly soul by the name of Old Coward, the caretaker and de facto mayor of the settlement, they were rescued from by the local priest, a gaunt, dour man by the name of Father Paul, who claimed his son had been taken first of all the disappearances that had started just a few short months ago. After returning to the cave and vanquishing the horrors within, our heroes discovered the discarded exoskeleton of a truly massive creature that had previously been bound with powerful magic in a cairn carved of heavy stone. Returning from that escapade, the party were accosted by another of the bound thing's spawn, although the beast itself has yet to show. Dispatching the monster easily, they found evidence that it, as well as the great terror that had sired it, received help from someone within the town, and indeed, as they made their way back into town to look for anyone injured after seeing blood on the mandibles of this necromantically enchanted spider, they came to find that Thorin's wife, Gwyn, had been used as a sacrifice and killed in the process. Father Paul, at Philocial's insistence, used magic to animate the corpse of the dead dwarf to attempt to ask for information. Instead of answering questions as a body under the effects of Speak with Dead would, however, Gwyn's husk gave only an accusatory whisper to her husband before collapsing into dust. The next morning, presence of mysterious spore-filled dust that rots the very life away from those it infects drew them onward to the famished farm, where the fields lay rotting and fallow and the livestock had lost their minds with fevered frenzy. After conferring with one of the farmhands under the property owner Grimace MacDonald, the group went on to investigate the bedeviled stream flowing through the fields and came to understand that the water had been infected with the same dusty, sandy spores that had eaten away at the deer they had been forced to put down upon arriving to town. After wiping out the horses of the farm stables and tracking the corruption back to the head of the stream, our heroes beheld the visage of a sickly dead tree whose roots were buried in pale gray mud that churned and roiled with sickness. Before they could investigate it closely, though, they came under attack by a beast that had been lying in wait, buried in the mud of the stream's shallow bed. A huge wolf, covered entirely in that ashen clay, towered over them. Horrifyingly, their attacks seemed unable to keep the monster down for long, as the mud dripped off of its fur and revealed it to be long dead, puppeted by necromantic magic that allowed it to rise again and again. While the rest of his party busied themselves trying to understand the source of the magic, and, thinking it to be the gnarled, leafless dead tree, began to burn and attack the arborous obstruction, Thorin trudged through the mud of the stream and waited for the wolf to move from its position slumped against the base of the plant. As soon as the zombified canine got out of the way, he swung his hammer with clear purpose towards the roots of the tree, or rather at a small, next to impossible to see figurine resting between them that lay there, utterly destroying the almost invisible ceramic object while announcing his obviously false intention to strike the head of the beast, which was nowhere near where his blow landed. He and his party members beheld as the wolf fell away to dust and the stream began to clear up, revealing the skeletons of the cows of the farm, and the group made their way back to town. After collecting their rewards for their efforts and making purchases from the departing general store owner, they saw off the villagers who chose to leave town and wait for the danger to pass. Following a much-needed long rest and feeling stronger and more prepared than ever, our heroes set off for the sacked cemetery. But when Felociel suggested they leave Old Coward to once again stand vigil in the town as he had done on their stint at the farm, Thorin protested with clear discomfort. After failing to convince his companions to bring the fighter along, the dwarf very reluctantly joined his friends as they headed to the desecrated burial place. Finding many traps and plenty of evidence of the workings of at least 2 necromancers, as well as chambers that had clearly held at least a handful of individuals against their will until quite recently, the party tore their way through dozens of minor undead and finally found themselves at the ancestral crypt of Old Coward's family, a place that dated back to the founding of the town some 200 years ago. Amid the graves of the ancestors of the town's protector was a clear and obvious trap that, with no other obvious way forward, the party willingly but cautiously entered. A straw doll, dressed in the clothes of the town priest's son, lay slumped against a wall coated in paint made to poorly resemble blood. Our heroes knew that this was some sort of setup, but without any other avenues to explore, they all investigated it closely, while Thorin stood guard near the door. Before he could even turn away from his friends, however, a gaunt figure shoved him from behind and forced him fully into the room, before closing a hidden portcullis that locked the party in there with the dead. Behind the thick iron lattice of the gate was the sneering visage of the same priest that had healed them, and, in fact, begun reporting the trouble in town to Old Coward in the first place. Clutching a long, curved, rust-colored blade that ended short in a sharp, jagged edge of shattered metal was Father Paul, who is now standing over you all. Well, this was rather disappointing. I expected more of you, Thorin.
It's kinda hard to make him come with a group here.
I suppose I can still use you as bait.
Is she alright?
Yes, she is fine for now, and you will be reunited with her once this is all over. As for the rest of you, well, I guess I'll just have to ask you to behave while I fetch the guest of honor.
Motherfucker, why are you doing this?
I am attempting something many have tried before me, but none have succeeded. I am awakening the undying city of Semayaka. Once I have done so, we will all live there in paradise, free from the grasp of death.
And yet you're
Some
killing
without
people
death.
to make it happen.
Some blood must be shed on the path to paradise. It is true.
Regardless, a life without death is not paradise, for it is an endless torture. You are given false truths. They are lying to you. They just want you to free. They're just influencing you to get what they want.
You're free to believe what you want, but I am going to bring about ascendance for this
The end of the
wretched
world. And you will regret this as soon as you do it. I've
What?
seen men crumble to ash trying to find fortune, and it always ends poorly. What you should learn is to be happy with what you have and never regret the past.
I have nothing.
That's not
Everything
true.
I had was taken from me by the men you see around you now, and by their very deaths. I cannot even get true revenge. But I will settle for taking out my frustrations on their descendant. Speaking of, I believe he will be quite concerned to hear that those promising adventurers he had been mentoring are trapped at the bottom of the crypts. I will go fetch him.
You son
As
of a
for all
bitch.
of you, feel free to take a rest. Enjoy yourselves. Soon we will all be ascended, and this will be a thing of the past.
You know that
Oh,
bad guys never treat their minions right.
I am not a minion. I am a worshipper of a truer god than any of you.
Yeah, there's not a big difference between those.
If Nyor could hear you now.
Yes, well. Have fun speaking with the dead. And as he turns to leave, he also calls over his shoulder. Oh, and behave yourselves, or, well, you'll find out. And he's gonna march away, actually.
Son of a bitch.
So, Thorin, you are no longer compelled to keep any secrets.
Spill the beans, boy.
Dwarf boy.
Spill the beans,
Dwarf
boy.
boy.
You're just turning into Kratos.
Boy.
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 The night that we found my wife. So it must have been him who reached out to me magically. And had me do some things for him. And I don't know, besides the threat of my daughter, obviously. I don't know
You
why
have a daughter?
Dude,
we've been over that part we've been over.
Yeah, you did actually know that he had a daughter
That
who
was-
was kidnapped.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Confusing times.
I forgot that I had already known that. Anyways, continue.
I felt compelled to, like magically, I guess, to, on top of the threat of my daughter, to help him with some stuff. That statue under the tree was one of the targets I was given, and to not let Felosio look at it.
She like scoffs over in the corner and is like, huh, well, that's just rude.
I guess whatever
Yeah.
it was could have helped us with this, maybe, but I don't know what. He must have some sort of magic over me too.
did you sell your soul to that demon or what?
I have no recollection of.
And
What
in the
would
middle of
happen?
your sentence,
Zero.
actually, yeah, Thorin goes completely catatonic on his feet. Eyes blank. It's as if you are staring at a corpse that is being held upright.
I leaned down and put my head on Thorin's chest.
He is warm, but I don't. I think he has an extremely faint heartbeat, like should be dead level faint.
This demon has one hell of a hold on Thorin, but so it just seems like Thorin's gonna be dead weight. No offense if you can hear me in your whatever state you're doing.
Well, I don't. You're not suggesting to just like get rid of him.
No, I'm just saying that it's gonna be a pain. Other than that, I try to scan the room to try and look for any other way out of here besides through the door.
All right, roll
Like-
me investigation.
Nice.
The thing I suck at.
You think you see like that some of the floor tiles look very particularly aligned, like, oh, maybe that's a secret entrance, and you spend a while just poking around with those, but you don't manage to find anything.
I have an
Does
idea.
Dara want to try?
I want to try something else because I forgot that I had this because I thought it was a spell and not just an ability.
Oh,
I would like to take a look at the door bars thingy that's happening there.
okay. You can just kind of push Thorin, and he will stay standing upright, but like you can kind of
Yeah,
like push him out of the way. So I'll
yeah,
put him over here.
gently move him out of the way. Thank you. Okay. About how, like, are there? What is the door? What does it look like? What type of door is it?
So it is a lattice work of these curved iron bars that are woven together. Each
Okay.
individual bar is like a couple inches thick, and woven together, they make this mesh that you can see through mostly. You were able to tell that it was Father Paul on the other side, obviously, but even the widest gaps, you can only like barely fit your hand through.
What about a like an arrow?
What's? Hold on. What
An
is?
An arrow is logically smaller than a hand, so
Mhm.
you theoretically would be able to fit an arrow through this door.
So I have wild shape.
Hmm.
What I can turn into depends on my level.
Hmm.
So what can I do at level 2? Because if I can turn into something smaller than a hand, I can go through the gaps.
The
Because I
thing that
forgot
I'm
that I even
immediately
had
thinking
that.
of, the thing that I'm immediately thinking of is you can turn into a snake sometimes, but I don't remember when you get that ability.
I can also see a rat being able to fit, and probably a raccoon, because they can squeeze into some places.
Determines the
Um,
beast you can transform into. At second level, you can transform into any beast that has a challenge rating of 1/4 or lower that doesn't have a flying or swimming speed. So,
so any weak land animal.
so I believe a snake would count for that.
It also depends on if I've seen it before, which is debatable.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I can say you can turn
Oh,
into like a squirrel or a mouse or something. Because you are specifically not using it for combat, I will allow it. And also because specifically, how do I explain this? I don't have a stat block for a squirrel because it's a squirrel. So like
yeah.
canonically it has 1 hit point and can't deal damage.
Okay. I don't plan on turning into it for very long, just long enough to get through the place. Okay. I would
So
like to do that then.
you do a wild shape and you turn into a squirrel. Let me just read some stuff quick. Oh, super quick. Realized that I dropped a name and forgot to actually type it out in the chat for you to put in your notes. So let me. There's a thing for you to write in the notes. That is the thing he is trying to awaken. One of
Gotcha.
the things, at least. So, yeah, I guess you turn into a squirrel and, yeah, okay. That would allow you to pass through the bars. Here's what I'm going to say. Once you are on the other side of the bars, you hear the scraping of stone. Gunny and Velocial, back in the room, in the tomb room, you
Mm-hmm.
see these relief carvings of various knights of the past in the walls, specifically the four in the corners. These stone slabs that they are carved into begin to shift and move forward. And as Dara completely moves out of this room, four ghouls step out of the walls and they are stepping over the shattered remains of these relief portraits.
Mm.
They are completely looking through you, Gunny, and they are looking towards the door. Uh, you can roll for initiative if you want. They are not like attacking you, Gunny, but they are going for the door.
I
I would imagine.
more
Yes,
or
that I will
less
have
want
you roll initiative.
All right.
I more or less want to
I will
see.
also say these ghouls look a lot tougher than the undead you have been fighting so far in this crypt.
I more or less want to see if they can open the door. So I
True.
guess I'm gonna wait till then.
That would be. Oh.
Roll
Well,
me
hopefully I have some
initiative.
time.
Uh, roll me initiative, and you can just hold your turn. Your turn, and then you can jump into the order. I mean, whenever you like choose. So basically, well, okay. So you're waiting for the door to open or for them
Yeah.
to attack you?
Yes.
All right, so your turn will be held until that happens.
Okay.
I will also say holding your turn for that sort of thing does take your reaction, so you won't get any opportunity attacks or anything during this. And
Yeah.
also, important question. Are you taking out your weapons at this point?
No, just standing still.
Okay.
I'm just waiting,
All
seeing
right.
what happens.
Yeah. I
So then,
think for now I'm gonna stay a squirrel.
so as a squirrel, you hear wet, undead flesh moving
Oh God.
in the room, and fuck it, it's gonna dash. This ghoul, seeing that you are in the way, Gunny, is going to just like climb over the grave of one of Old Coward's ancestors, which is like difficult terrain, but doesn't stop him. And
Oh
then
boy.
it's your turn. You're holding your thing. Da-da. There are. Oh, hold on. I should reveal this room to you.
I would love
Um,
that. Ooh.
you know that the way that Father Paul closed this portcullis was by pulling on a torch sconce, and you can
Uh-huh.
see 4 such sconces. One there, one there, one there, and one there. You do not know which one in particular. You are guessing probably one of the ones closer, just like intuitively.
I'm gonna just like really hope that it's the one right in front of me here.
So you move forward and
I guess I won't be a
staying.
squirrel anymore. I'll just be a guy.
Okay, so you cast off your squirrel shape and you pull on the sconce. You guessed right immediately. Uh,
Oh boy.
the the portcullis opens. That's the good news.
Bad news is
So
that they're in here.
yeah, so that was an object interaction, but you still have your like action, um,
Okay.
and a bit of your movement, and a bonus action. Uh, it does now that the portcullis is open, you can see immediately that that ghoul that had previously like shambled to it had more movement on its turn. It shambled to a stop outside the portcullis. Now that it sees that the portcullis is open, it has started moving towards you.
Can I close it again?
The door
You
open.
absolutely can.
Okay, I'm
Oh.
gonna do that.
Oh yeah. Actually, hold on. The door opened. Gunny does get his turn first.
Oh, okay. Well.
Also, is
So
Velocio just gonna be over all the way over there?
Uh, that's a good question. No, I guess she would want to like move over towards the rest of the party, but following your example, she's going to just sort of keep her arms at her sides, and not draw her weapon because she's very squishy and these ghouls are very buff.
Yep. Okay. Because what I want to do is
Wish I didn't open it.
it's simple but effective, but I'm curious if I'll get away with it. Essentially, since I'm always carrying my shield, or hell, it doesn't even matter if I was carrying my shield. What I want to do is grab Thorin by the collar, shove the ghoul, and run through the door.
So you're trying to
So you can
take
you
him
can
with
take
you.
And close them in. That's
so
the idea.
so you can so there are mechanics for this in Dungeons and Dragons. So you would have to move to this tile first, so
Yep.
that's 5 feet of movement, and then take the shove action against the ghoul. I can't find it in Roll20, so I'm using a physical book. Shoving. Okay. Using the attack action, you can make a special melee attack to shove a creature, either to knock it prone or to push it away from you. If you're able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, this attack replaces one of them. The target must be no more than one size larger than you. It's smaller within your reach. Okay. Make a strength athletics check. Okay, it is an athletics check contested by the target's athletics or acrobatics. Okay, so the target gets to choose either strength or dexterity. Oh, okay, then it's going to use dexterity. And then you can choose to either knock it prone or push it 5 feet away, but not both. So use your athletics ability. And no, it is not. Well, it is technically an attack, but you're not using a weapon.
No,
So
I was
just
going to say about my powerful build, if that would do anything. No?
no.
Okay.
So just make an athletics roll, and then it's going to make a dexterity roll, and then we will see. Okay. So it fails. It gets pushed. Yeah, you shove it 5 feet away. And then, so there are also rules about moving other characters.
And I will be shouting run while I say this so Felocial knows what I'm doing.
So, in order to move Thorin, you will have to grapple him, which he will automatically fail the grapple check. So, you can do that easy. And then, moving a grappled creature. When you move, you can drag or carry the grappled creature with you, but your speed is halved.
Okay.
Unless the creature is 2 or more sizes smaller than you. And Thorin is only one size. Or wait, right? Thorin is still a medium creature? I'm pretty sure dwarves are still medium.
Dwarves
if it was
are
a
still
gnome,
medium.
Technically,
if
to
it
me,
was-
it's small. You count as one side's larger when determining your carrying. Oh, that's carrying. Never mind.
yeah,
Well, and the weight you can push, drag, or lift.
You'd count
Yes.
as a large.
yes, you count as one size larger. You need to
Yes.
be two. You need to be 2 sizes larger in order to be able to do this freely. So yeah, you can do that, and then you would have to move to Thorin's space to grapple him, and then so now you have used 10 feet of movement.
And then I can move there, and that's it.
Yeah,
I mean,
and you've already used your action, so you can't dash.
no.
I will let you undo this whole turn, by the way. I'm just figuring out the rules with you at this point. But this is rules as written, how moving other creatures in combat works. In order to move creatures without them moving themselves, you have to invest a lot of energy.
Yeah. I mean,
Makes
or
sense.
technically, not that it's the right thing, but technically, I could leave them.
You could leave Thorin and Felocial and just leave. It is up to you. Again, I will let you undo as much of this turn as you want.
Well,
If you want
the
to
only
keep
thing
the
is, Felocial's not in the turn order.
correct.
Does that mean Felocial can just move?
I
That's
will
what I
let
was
her.
wondering earlier.
Yeah, I will let her drop into the turn order right now with you. If yeah, that would make the most sense.
Because you know what? I'm just gonna shout after I shove, run.
So
me-
you shoved the ghoul and opened the path.
Yep.
But it still has its reaction,
Yep,
and
I'm aware.
it still will get an opportunity attack against
Yep.
you as you dash out the door.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, that lets you get to this square. Yeah.
It will be against the
Or
tougher
that's
person
where, yeah.
instead of the squishy person, though.
So the ghoul is going to. Well.
Or is Gunny
no.
low?
So so you will be leaving its melee range as you enter the space with the portcullis, and it's going to make its attack then.
Yep.
Which is very important because who here remembers what ghouls do?
Yeah.
17?
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, good. Because if it hit you and you failed the Constitution save, you would be paralyzed
Yeah,
in the
and I'd
doorway.
be stuck. Yep.
Yeah.
Then,
But yeah, it missed, so you're good. And then Felocial has 30 feet of movement, so
and I
she.
guess they wouldn't be triggered until they passed the gate, correct?
Oh yeah, actually, they
Yeah.
wouldn't be going for Felocial either until she was outside the gate. They
Well,
would
would've
be
been to
hostile.
me,
They
'cause
would
I
be
pushed.
hostile to you because you shoved. Yes.
Yes. Okay. And I say close it.
Yeah. Okay. And then back to Dada's turn, which is already in progress, and Dada, you can close it. Thorin
I would
is
love
still
to.
in that room.
We'll come back for him. Just close it.
I'll close it. I'll close it.
I'm a
Okay.
problem for another day.
Yeah.
Apparently, I have accidentally shifted the entire map. Hold on. There
Oh.
we go.
I'm seeing it wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle,
Yeah.
wiggle.
All right. Okay.
I love that song.
So the ghouls sort of congregate near the door, but they can't like get through it, so they're just sort of standing there.
Actually, hold on.
Yeah.
Could we do a funny? I gotta look at the info on these though. We might be able to do a funny, maybe.
if you're
but
if you're thinking about attacking them through the door, I'm not sure if I mean
oh, never mind. No, I was gonna say because
metagaming, but I don't know if magic will pass through the door.
no, not that. Arrows. But
Oh, true.
my special arrows only work on wyverns. Like, yeah, I could probably
Oh.
sit here, line up a peephole every
It's
single
not that
time.
they only work on wyverns, it's their only main effect happens against
Yeah.
wyverns.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
That's-
you use them against any other enemy, they will work as a regular arrow, which is kind of a waste, and they always have a chance of breaking or getting lost.
Now,
Hmm.
I don't know if we want to waste the time of me shooting arrows through here to try and kill him, because, as soon as the guy right in front of the door goes down, the other one's going to step over it, and I'm just going to, keep lining up peepholes.
Yeah, but how many arrows do you got?
24.
I don't think that's enough to kill all of them.
Mage.
I'm gonna have Felocial move over to this square.
Felocial.
Hmm.
Would you might have a way of diverting their aggro? Actually, he wouldn't say that. Do you know of a way to make these wretched beasts not pissed off at us for momentarily, like a distraction?
I'm looking through her spells.
Does she have like minor illusion?
No.
Maybe she could make it so that we look like we're inside of it.
She does not.
I feel like at this point they can't get through, so we should just leave. Sorry, Thorin.
I don't.
I'm almost curious if they can't see us anymore. Will they just go away? Like, if we just wait in the other room for a minute?
Well, if
Or will
I
they
don't
just-
think she has any spells that are useful in this specific situation, unfortunately. I mean, okay, I'll say as she is moving away after the door is closed, she will try to fire off a ray of frost, and it stops the portcullis, stops it, and she realizes that at least cantrip level magic and probably most of the magic at her disposal is not going to get through that door.
yeah, that's what I figured.
What about
Like,
non-magic?
I could try and thunderwave them, but I don't. It's not gonna.
You know what? Just for
Okay.
shits and grins, because what would it hurt?
Didn't you get regular arrows too, by the way?
Yeah,
Just to
I got
try to
24
test
regular
it?
arrows.
Yeah, Gunny has 24 regular arrows and then the 10 wyvern slaying arrows.
Shits and grins. I'm gonna try and put my bow right up to one of the holes and let an arrow fly through a hole.
So that's not super how bows work. You do need a little bit of like room in front of the bow, so you get it as close as you can. What I'm gonna call this is 3/4 cover, I guess,
Yeah.
is the closest I can think to call this.
It's not
And-
total cover, but it's like really
I mean,
hard.
I mean,
Yeah.
actually,
If we're being
if-
technical speaking, this would be like 7/8 or higher.
if
but
we
there's
want to
not
be
an
real
actual rule for that.
if we want to be real technical, technically I could put it up straight to the hole, because all it needs to do is clear the bow itself, and an arrow on its own is about 2 feet long, at best.
You just
And
gotta make sure you don't
the
smack
space.
the limbs.
No, well, yeah, but it's my fist is going to be what's resting against the gate, and my hand pulling back and letting the arrow fly through a hole. And
Oh, holy shit. A target has 3/4 cover if about 3/4 of it is covered by an obstacle. This obstacle might be a portcullis, an arrow slit, or a thick tree trunk.
All
It,
right,
it
then I won't
literally
argue.
uses this as the example for a 3/4 cover.
All right, it's in the
shit.
rules. All right, I won't argue. So I roll and see if I hit.
Yes, 3/4 cover gives a +5 bonus to AC. So whatever their base AC is, +5.
Yeah, let's give her a go. 20.
Oh, wow, yep, that
Ooh.
hits. So the ghoul immediately in front of the gate takes 9 points of damage,
Damn.
which seems to like stagger it a bit. It's a hefty blow, but it's not down, it's not bloodied, it's just sort of you took a chunk out of it.
Well, I mean, do we want to try leaving
By the
and
way,
coming
for
back?
your arrows, do you have a total and then a counted amount underneath it?
No, I just have a counted amount because I'm basically.
Do a total just in case, because you can get arrows back as well.
I know, but I don't really have a. How much can a quiver hold? Is there a thing for
60, I
that?
believe.
60.
Let me look it up.
Because technically, I could just have that as 60.
Oh, 20.
Oh,
Huh. I could have sworn it should have been higher than that, but okay.
do you want to say Rosemary gave me an extra big one, and have it 30?
I mean, there are bigger quivers that you can technically get in
Yeah,
reality.
and you count as a large creature, so I'll say you have a bigger one slung over your back. It'll hold 30 exactly, but
Okay.
that's all I'm giving you.
Okay.
All the rest have to. If you get any extras beyond that, they have to be tossed into a bag that you have to fish out.
Yeah, that's kind of where my
Yeah.
wyvern arrows are. They're not really in the quiver. They're in a bag, wrapped
For
up.
safekeeping.
Yep, exactly.
I
If we
really
encounter
thought it
any
was going to be
wyvern-
higher than that.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Well, I mean, realistically, that does sound about
realistically,
right.
it does sound about right for the size of quivers they'd normally have on them, and this because you don't want too many arrows packed in there either, because then you start ruining the fletching.
Yeah,
Mm.
true. Okay, so yeah, what do you like do?
Do we want to try and continue? And because Thorn's kind of.
I'll say you're out of combat at the moment because this is I mean, they're not directly able to attack you. So
Take turns passing
Ooh.
the bow around.
Wait.
Just kidding.
No, I have a better idea.
Okay.
idea. The cultist guy is going to come back here, right?
Yeah,
So we should ambush him.
true. I think we should at least. I mean, it's gonna be a minute at least, so I think we should check out the doors that are right next to us.
Well, yeah, we'll, go through the door and check. Well, we'll probably end up,
yes,
staying
so
behind this door, I assume, because
Yeah.
he left through the other one. So we'd wait here till we heard him, jump out, ambush him.
all right, so I
Okay.
will let you remember that these rooms are laid out like this. And then there's a bit more to this script that I would have you like roll to remember. I'll let you remember that the stairway out of here, it was over here. But you don't remember how many rooms were between here and there.
Okay, I can live with that.
I'd imagine you get from room 7 to there.
No, but I think we should hide over in this room. Take
That was the room with the cots and the like personal belongings.
Yep, and we can take
Okay.
a short rest and wait for him to come back.
So y'all head in here, and this is going to be a group stealth check from the three of you. So
Alright.
all three are going to roll stealth, and then we're going to take the middle number.
Oh man, I'm supposed to be the one
Oof.
taking shit down. Oh, come on. I'm the down.
So yeah, middle number is 5. That's pretty bad. That is well below the passive perception of
Oh yeah.
both
But
people involved. So
the real thing with this is too, we'd have to be making so much idiotic noise in the other room that when he comes back, we gotta be
Yeah,
like,
he just
"Shh, shh,
knows.
the teacher came back. The teacher came back. Shh, shh,
Right.
shh,"
Even
just
if you
loudly
did-
shushing each other.
Even if you
Um,
did average, it frickin' sucks. Because it's
I
only
need-
7.
I need one of you two to roll me a flat luck check. This can be any die you want, but roll me a die and declare odds or evens.
I'm gonna roll a 1d100, and it's gonna be even.
Okay.
Okay?
Is it?
Okay.
All right.
Fuck!
Okay.
Oh no.
So you lie here and wait, and
Anybody want to play cards while we wait?
Oh.
I will. I will say the two of you get the benefit of a short rest.
Awesome.
Yay.
Gunny specifically does not get any hit points back
That's right.
from that. But whatever you get back on a short rest, you still get back on a short rest. So.
Guessing, 1, I wouldn't get the benefit of that. 2, I don't get anything back that I don't already have.
Correct. So, here's what happens. An amount of time passes. None of you have the alert feat, so. Or, what is it? None of you have the feat that lets you determine the exact amount of time that passes. So you don't know, because you're in a crypt, and it's dark, and you can't see the sun. But after a while, Thorin, what were you in the middle of saying when you...
I was gonna
Zoned
text you
out?
that, but then I kind of figured that's what you were gonna do.
Uh-huh.
Fuck. Which part of it was I at? Because I was thinking
You're
through the whole
saying-
thing as I was saying it. But I
Just
forgot which part I s-
just start the middle of a sentence.
And then where is everyone? I just see the ghouls there and slowly back into the corner.
Yes, for you, it is as if absolutely no time has passed. You just
You blinked
suddenly...
and they were all...
Yeah, you blinked and suddenly all of your friends are gone and there's ghouls.
They're
Oh, we
still
should have left him
guys.
a note.
Guys, are you
Would
there?
we be able to hear him?
Yes, you would be able to hear him. What would you do?
nothing. We see. That means the wizard's back.
True. I'm gonna just tell the party. Oh, damn it, we should have left him a note.
It's fine. Just be ready. That means he's back. That means we
Okay.
need to be ready to ambush him.
Can I prepare an action?
Yes, you can prepare an action and like hold it. What? So you're like sitting. How are y'all hiding? Like under the cots, in or behind some crates? Like what are you doing?
Behind the door or behind the doorway, just like around the corner. I'm big. I can't hide under stuff.
That's true. I'll say that I'm like kind of crouched between two cots if they're next to each other.
In this moment, you remember the positions of all the doorways and rooms, but you can't
Yeah.
see them. So you don't actually know what's going on in these rooms.
Does anybody have dark vision?
It's not that it's dark, it's that you aren't literally looking into them right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Roll me a perception check. Anyone, everyone. Well, not Thorin. You're kind of busy.
Yeah.
I'm kind of busy being scared in the corner.
Yeah.
Dada, you hear the sound of cloth shoes on stone, as well as the clattering of someone in light armor, but like with metal bandals and, his big bastard sword, his big great sword. You hear Old Coward and Father Paul approaching from down the hallway over here. That's not to say that they are necessarily going to come in that door, because that's just, if you
room
remember
that
the
kind
layout,
of-
that's the
Yeah.
room they would be closest to. What you hear is just them walking along until suddenly the footsteps stop, and then you hear Old Coward's voice quietly. Uh, what, what's wrong, Father Paul? And then you hear Hestera Natach, and suddenly there is a cry of pain from behind you, or
Oh,
from down this
Christ.
hallway.
Well.
What do you do?
I hear it.
You hear the cry of pain and nothing else.
I run to it.
Mm.
Because which way was it? Yeah, I guess I rush.
You see Father Paul standing over Old Coward, who is like, has fallen back onto his hands and knees. There is like a crackling of necromantic energy extending from Father Paul's hand as you enter this room, and he like whirls on you, his face a mask of anger and frustration. Old Coward is like collapsed backwards, and roll me initiative.
Awesome.
I am also going to shout demon once I enter the room.
I will say Thorin is not part of this combat, unfortunately.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about? I'm totally a part of it.
Oof.
Party has been split. Ta-da! It is your turn.
Great.
I will say that Father Paul is clearly angry, and he has just done something to Old Coward, but he has not yet raised a weapon to you two. I told you to stay put.
And I told you, you're not going to get what you want. They're only going to betray you.
How big is 20 feet?
For entanglement,
Yeah, I don't want to hurt Coward.
we do this every freaking time. It is. Hold on. It is that big of a square.
Well,
I don't-
Gunny, how do you feel about being entangled?
You could shove it to the furthest corner, and I'd be just outside of it. Because isn't
I don't
that...
I don't want Coward to be in it, though.
Coward's already in it. Coward's in it regardless.
If I move it down, is it not possible because this is a wall?
No, you can. It is centered on an area of your choice, but you can move it wherever you want.
I want to center it one block down, then.
I mean, technically, you could
I mean, you can-
do it...
You can do it like that.
Oh,
Right.
shit, yeah, you're right. Alright, I'll do it like that.
So, what kind of save does he have to make?
Strength.
I'm gonna go ahead and say the old
Yeah.
wizard is not great at strength saves, so holy shit.
No, don't make
No
crit.
fucking
Fails.
way.
No, he
Yeah.
he got a 0.
Oh my god! He crit failed.
He did not. He has -2.
Oh,
wow.
shit. Okay.
Second
Uh,
lowest.
Father Paul is like, you were supposed to still, and falls over.
You're the one that's staying put.
And he's like, his legs are wrapped in these vines, these roots that shoot up out of the cracks between the brickwork of this room.
Yeah, get fucked.
And I forget, can you put the spell description in the
For entangle?
yeah.
It creates difficult terrain. He is restrained until he succeeds, and it creates difficult terrain.
If you enter it, I believe you have to make the strength check.
No, only a creature that is in the area when you cast it.
Yeah. I just can only move
Oh,
half my
shit.
I just move half my distance. Yeah.
Which
words.
is fine. It's a small room.
Exactly.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Is that your turn? I believe it is.
Yeah.
I will say you do have a bonus action. I believe you have. Do you have healing word?
I do have healing word, and I think I might have movement left.
So you do know that Gunny has taken some damage just in general, not in the most recent combats, but he's not at full. And you do know that like Father Paul apparently has access to some pretty powerful magic. And yes,
Yeah.
you do still have your movement.
The only problem is that that's my last spell slot, but I still have Shillelagh and Produce Flame.
This is our last bad guy.
In character, I believe the two of you have a very short, terse conversation where you basically, Dara is like, should I heal you? Should I use this last spell slot? And Gunny shoots back. Use the spell slot. This is the last guy. And I believe Father Paul overhears that and says, "Ah, one of my masters is already awoken, and I was not
Damn
working
it.
alone.
Shit. Alright, well,
He is not the final boss."
I'm gonna tell you right now, I might not be able to survive one of his attacks
yeah,
at this
alright.
moment.
I will heal you.
So,
I
restrained.
can only do it at level 1, right?
Correct. I don't believe you have a level 2 spell slot at the moment.
Okay. Can I do it for multiple people?
Only per spell slot and only per turn.
Yeah. And you only had the one spell slot. Healing word on
Okay.
multiple people is, or healing multiple people with one spell is higher level magic.
That's right. Alright, I will heal you
So-
6 hit points.
So you still have your movement. You can move through Gunny's square. Okay, so you can move through Gunny's square, but that is difficult terrain because you're moving through a friendly square. And
Oh.
then these are like crates and boxes and barrels. They're not just background, so that is also difficult terrain to like climb over those. You might as well just honestly you could really only get like barely into the room. It's a small cluttered room that you have made even more cluttered.
Yeah, can I get to like there at least?
Yes, you can.
Okay, we'll say that I'm like on top of whatever that is.
I will say Old Coward is not dead, and he does not appear outwardly like injured in any way. There's no blood or anything. He just has fallen over.
Well, I don't want to risk it, so I'd like to get to him as fast as I can.
On his turn, Father Paul is restrained, which was like devastating to that giant spider you fought before because that spider only had melee attacks. Father Paul has spells. Entangle is concentration, right?
Yeah, it is.
Father Paul is going to whirl on you, extend a crooked, withered finger, and he is going to cast Ray of Sickness.
Great.
A green, sickening blast of energy lashes out at you. Does a 13 hit?
No, it does not.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, he blasts out this Ray of Sickness, and it sort of just glances across your armor, but doesn't actually affect you. Gunny, your turn. He is still
Jesus.
restrained.
What is the
Yay.
what does that condition do to him?
His movement speed is 0. He has disadvantage on melee attacks, and you have advantage on your attacks.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I hope his
Um,
armor class is shit.
Probably
As the
not
wizard
that
he
shit.
is.
no, it is
Well,
exactly
he's a-
that shit.
Oh.
Oh
He's
yeah,
a necromancer.
Yeah,
Beat
you
Oh,
cut
boy.
into him, and he bleeds. Seeing that we're just going full into combat, Philociel's gonna run in, and Philociel shouts out to the two of you, "Damage or destruction!"
Kill that
Yeah.
guy.
Okay, so since she's going for damage, she is going to cast Jim's Magic Missile. That's 3 hits. That is an amount of damage that Father Paul eats up. He seems pretty rough off, but he is not dead. Tara, your turn.
Kill.
Yippee! Shillelagh, 'cause that's the only thing that I can do that does a decent amount of.
Oh.
Holy shit!
Oh, hot damn.
Wow, I rolled perfect on the damage, like the roll to hit and the damage.
You bring down your club and you like conk him across the head, and he looks real fucked up. He is like wavering on his feet, but it is his turn,
Well,
and he's
he's
not
he is
quite
restrained.
down. He is restrained. He is going to. I mean, he can't stomp his feet because, but he is going to shout, "Enough of this!" And he's going to cast a spell. You all hear a horrible, piercing, ringing noise, louder than anything you've ever heard before, as he casts Shatter at level 3. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
All three of
Please.
you take exactly 18 thunder damage.
Oh my
Stone
god.
endurance. Stone endurance.
I've
Yeah,
got one hit
roll
point.
that. Roll that endurance.
Oh,
Okay,
ignore the dueling
so
style, but 11.
so you lower it by 11, so you still take 7 points of thunder damage. Dada, make me a Constitution save for concentration. It's a DC 10. Oh. The roots that had been springing out of the cracks in this stonework just fade away into puffs of wispy, like magical ether. He's going to pull out that curved rust-colored sword you saw him using before and level it at Old Coward.
Well, that's not the option that I wanted him to take.
Stand down. Oh, also Felocial's down, for the record, obviously.
Yeah.
Stand down, and he will survive what I will do to him. Continue to test me, and my compatriots will not be so kind to him or the children that are still under their supervision. That being said, it is Gunny's turn, but yeah, he has made a threat.
I mean, technically, we could kill him and, scour everywhere looking for it, but apparently his masters are
You'll
looking at him.
never find them.
What makes you so sure?
You didn't even suspect me.
Because I wouldn't expect
You
a
don't strike
man...
me as the most observant bunch.
Because I wouldn't expect
fuck
a
you.
man of the Lord to betray their god, or at least pose as a false one. But you,
I was never a priest of the Order
you
of Harmony, no.
sicken me. Exactly, lying. You were just a wolf in sheep's clothing. You disgust me. And you know what?
Lying for the greater good is hardly a sin.
And you know what?
I think it is, though.
Not in my religion.
I don't take your threats with 1 inch of respect. Because you know what? I think it'd be good enough to kill you right here, right now.
How do you do this?
Fuck yeah.
I cut off the hand holding the dagger, and then I cut off his head.
It's not
Holy
a
shit.
dagger, it's a short sword.
Or a
But
short
yeah.
sword, whatever. Yeah.
In one long swipe, you
Basically, I do like a spin. I come down for the hand, and I come back for the head.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
cool. You chop off his hand and then you slice through his neck, and he just sort of has a moment of like grasping at his throat before his head like falls backwards and then his body collapses to the ground. Y'all have defeated a very powerful NPC. I'm gonna be honest, I did not expect you to win that fight, but hot damn, nice job.
Hell yeah. Entangle is really fucking good.
It is. I am gonna just remind you that Felocial is still down. Coward is like
Yeah.
being weird. I will say at this point he is like coughing and like shaking. He looks sick,
Yeah.
basically.
I'm gonna help him up and try and figure out what's wrong. Can I make like a medicine check to figure out what's wrong with him?
You can, but first, he's unable to speak at this moment, but he like is clutching something that he pushes into your hands, and you look down and see a vial of bright red liquid.
Give it to him.
I'm gonna offer it to him. Like, am I supposed to give this to
He
you?
pushes it back into your hands and then points at Felocial, who's dying in the corner.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. It's a healing potion, I'm pretty sure, so I'll give that to
Alright.
Felocial.
Then I guess I'll stay with Coward.
I hate to
Yeah.
I hate to be like I'm going to be honest, that is the last healing potion he had, and I hate to use it on a character who is not actually here at the moment, but also he wouldn't want Felociel to die, so...
Yeah, I don't blame him.
So yeah, Felociel pops back up, and she's like, oh! She,
Left.
is like, oh, by the song.
Yeah.
Felociel, now's not the time. Do you have any magic left?
I used my last spell slot on that missile.
Shit.
Hello?
Okay.
Is everything all right
yeah.
out there?
Yeah,
Oh,
Thorin, the ghouls are still there.
Oh, damn it.
Guys, are you there? There's ghouls in
Fu-
here.
Fun fact about Animate Dead, killing the Necromancer does not get rid of the zombies. Or ghouls in
Yeah.
this case.
Just removes the
Okay.
controller.
Yeah, so
Oh,
they
wait.
stay standing on their last given order,
Oh,
which
standing
was
on last given order. Okay, good. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That'd be bad for me otherwise.
which was, as you remember, not to let y'all leave.
And I'm not trying to leave, so they're gonna leave me alone for now.
Did we get any XP?
That depends. Are you going to move directly into combat with the ghouls or not?
I was thinking we all.
Are you going to take at least an hour between combat? Or, well, at least a few minutes between combat.
What I was suggesting is that with the room full of beds and cots and stuff, we can take
Yeah.
a long rest
Two
because
cuts.
we've killed every single low-life ghoul, and we killed the mage that was here. We could afford a long rest so we are all not dying.
Yeah, I'm still at
Then
one
we
hit
can-
point.
And then
if
we have to fight the ghouls, we would be able to do so at full power.
All right, yeah. At this point, Old Coward has sort of started getting back to his senses and things, and he's like, yes, that is an option. It would mean... did I hear Thorin is locked in a room with ghouls?
Yeah, they're not
Killing
trying
him
to kill
right
him at the
now, though.
moment because they're currently trying to go for us, but they can't escape. Also, I wish to look at the necromancer's corpse.
You look over Father Paul's corpse, and yes, you find, first of all, that sword that he was brandishing around that you cut out of his hand, which I never got to name drop. It is the other half of the blood-seeking blade. It is the soul-rending sword. Yeah, okay, so you're taking a long rest. I will go ahead and say, Father Paul, although, one, that was not his real name, but I guess you'll never know his real name, was challenge rating 5. I
Oh
was
my God.
absolutely not expecting y'all to beat him. He was worth 1,800 experience points,
Oh my god.
and Thorin didn't participate in that combat.
In it.
Yeah.
So it would only be divided between Gunny, Dara, and Felociel.
Oh
so
no.
Oh, what?
So the two
Oh.
of you get not 900. Get 600 experience points. So
Sorry.
yeah, that's interesting. So you're both
That is
at
interesting.
1346 at the moment.
Jesus Christ. Okay,
Oh,
I'll
I
write
can't.
that down.
I have to keep track of mine separate now. Damn it.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Well, time
It's
to get my
okay.
slaughter on in this room. Just kidding.
Yeah, the next
Uh,
boss you can take down by yourself.
Yes, totally.
What did you say, 1,300?
Yes, so I wrote it on Gunny's sheet already. You should be at 1,346 experience points. Because Father Paul was challenge rating 5 and worth 1,800 points. And Thorin
Yeah.
and Thorin and Old Coward didn't participate in the combat, so the points are only split 3 ways between Gunny, Dara, and Felociel, which is 600 experience points each.
Oh no.
And
So Thorin is lagging behind now.
that's all right. Thorin can
Is
catch
it?
up.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
you will.
Catch up eventually.
Once you get a little further into the campaign, I'm sure it'll even out. But, ugh. So for now, we're going to take a short break as I write out that handout
Yeah,
for
everyone-
the sword. And,
Everyone remember to take
We'll
a
be
long
right back.
rest. Oh,
Yeah, we'll be right back as y'all long rest and the two of you level up. So, oops, we forgot to unpause the stream before we did a little bit of in-character work.
Yeah, funny story.
So we leveled up characters, and we were discussing the effects of that mysterious disease that Thorin and Gunny got during the fight with the horses a couple of sessions ago. And Gunny realized, oh, at level 3, I'm immune to disease. Period. All disease. So Gunny just shrugs off the disease that he was infected with a coursing burning of divine power that just gets rid of it. And then on the topic of disease, the party was investigating the whatever Father Paul did to Old Coward, and with a combination of detect magic and some just checking him out, determined that it was in fact a curse that is sapping his vitality. And the mechanical way that works is he has been reduced from a level 2 player character under my control to a true NPC without stats. 1 hit and he's unconscious, 2 hits and he's dead. And he can't fight at the moment because he is too weak to lift his sword. He can still move, he can still give the help action, he can still communicate and do other NPC things, but he can't participate in combat.
So we really gotta make extra sure that he doesn't die.
Yeah, we rolled history to see if anyone knows anyone who could be of help in this, and Felocial, with a 23, remembered that there is a powerful but reclusive wizard known for being sort of eccentric, who hangs out in Cloudbreak, who might be able to help with this. They are, kind of a gamble, but they are the most powerful wizard in the area. If you can get their help, that will be your best bet. Because whatever effect is happening to Old Coward, it is much too strong for anything Felocial has at the moment to break.
I really wish I got Remove Curse when I leveled up, but
hindsight's 2020.
I think I could have. Yeah, I would have no way of knowing. That's true.
But that would be metagaming. Well, technically it wouldn't.
Not anymore at that point. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we know it's a curse. So.
Yeah.
As much as I am endeared by the concern you are showing for me, I believe time is still of the essence in as far as Father Paul's final words about the children. Leaving them in the care of his cohorts is probably not a wise move. We should hurry to get your companion free of those ghouls and try to track them down as quick as we can.
Yes, but Coward, you must stay behind us. I don't want you getting hurt in your weakened state.
Yeah, stay in this room.
He gives a heavy, ashamed sigh, but nods.
The only thing I could ask is if you have any magic, but I don't know if you know any.
Shit! He has healer's kits. He has 3 healer's kits on him.
Okay.
Oh.
Y'all burned through his health potions, but he has 3 healer's kits. You can take them.
Okay.
It needs a healer's kit per stabilized too. Dang.
I don't think any of us have a healer's kit already, so
None of us already have one.
I'd say whoever's most proficient in medicine.
I don't remember if they are expended upon use. I assumed they were when I gave him 3. Oh shit! Each kit has 10 uses.
10 uses. Each.
Wow.
Nice. So
I'm putting one in my inventory.
Yeah, so grab a healer's kit and just keep track of how many uses it has. Thorin, you can add one to your
side.
Put it in your inventory now, but yeah, you can't use it until after this combat.
10 uses.
Assuming you survive.
Oh my gosh. I feel oh, can I do this? Can I
I'm gonna be honest as your dungeon master. We're not even at the stuff I was excited to show you about, and I want to hurry forward in this campaign, but I also can't justify getting rid of the ghouls, just like snapping my fingers and getting rid of them. So
I was going to ask you, what's the duration on Reanimate Dead?
forever. They remain
Just-
forever. He only has control of them for 24 hours. Once he
Oh.
loses control of them, they are going to turn into mindless ghouls and start roving and eating people without
Oh.
direction.
All right, yep. Then I guess we'll.
You
Yeah,
gotta
let's
kill
fight
him.
these
You
ghouls.
gotta kill him. Go. I just
Doing what I
really
usually
want to
do.
get through this combat so we can
all
get to
right,
the
I
cool
got
stuff.
Protection of Evil and
Yeah.
Good on. Yeah, we're
I believe
gone.
so.
Open the door.
All right, you open the door. It would be Tara's turn when the door is open,
Because
so
they're
Tara
prepa-
goes first.
Or they'd have a prepared action?
Yeah, so Tara, you open the door. What else do you do on your turn? You can prepare an action to close the door immediately, but that would be the rest of your turn and your reaction.
I would
Dude.
like to cast Entangle into the room to get all of them.
All right, I will roll the strength saves for these ghouls. We're gonna go top to bottom.
I think only one of them.
Okay, one of them passed. The damaged one. The one in the doorway.
That's fine. That's the one that's going to
Well-
die first.
All right,
Yeah.
so the other three are
That
restrained.
one
The
isn't
one,
even first on initiative too.
the one in the doorway is fine. Gunny.
Technically, these are soulless creatures, right?
Yeah, they're undead.
Because I got a sword.
Oh, you're gonna use the new sword? So it uses normal short sword stats, but then it has that additional effect.
Yeah, additional necrotic damage. Necrotic ain't really going to do shit to him. I'm just going to use my regular sword. And, I mean, technically my god would be fine with it too. Because I'm freeing my comrade.
Yes, that hits. Are you gonna smite them or anything, or just hit them?
Yeah, know what? Yeah, I'll put a smite on it. Might as well get this done fast.
If you have radiant
Bruh.
damage, use it. Oh well.
Roll minimum, whatever.
That doesn't quite kill the one directly in front of you. It damages him quite a bit.
I forget.
he's-
Divine Smite, that uses spell slots, right?
I believe so.
How does
Yes.
that work?
Divine
Let me
Smite
look.
uses a spell slot.
Felocial cast something past Gunny.
Yeah.
Potentially. Wary of using higher level magic in the off chance that she accidentally hits one of her companions. She is going to use Ray of Frost, which is just a cantrip, but it hits and it kills, and that will be her turn. Next in the order, ghoul, but this ghoul is restrained. I think
Or-
these things are dumb. They see you in range, they're gonna try to swipe at you, even with, I'm gonna say it's half cover. So
Oh,
this
I
is
will,
almost definitely not gonna hit, but
I will shout, Thorin, now's your time.
what's your AC?
More than that.
Yeah, okay. Next one.
More than
Yeah.
that.
This one can't reach you, so it is going to make that strength check to try to break free, and succeed. So
Yeah.
this one's free.
Does
that
it
was
have
its-
its movement?
That was its action. It still has its movement. It's going to move forward into melee range with you, but it doesn't have its action. So, Thorin, your turn.
That one.
Guiding bolt. Yep, that hits.
Whew.
What level are you casting at?
I still only get first level.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm not as cool as them,
Oh.
but it's still guiding bolt. So
Still 15 damage. of
Yeah.
Radiant.
4d6, and
That's pretty.
next person gets advantage too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The next person to attack this one gets advantage. That is a very good first level spell.
Yes.
Dara, your turn.
Da-da.
Alright.
I
So
will shout to Da-da. Da-da. These suckers are easier than we thought they were. Let's just wipe them all out.
okay. Which one has advantage on? Is it the one closest to Thorin, I'd
The
imagine?
one right in front of Gun.
The one in the middle. Actually, you get
Oh.
advantage on attacks against all of them because only the one is free from the restrained condition, and the one that is free has the guiding bolt thing. So attacks against any of the three have advantage.
That's kind of why I did the guiding bolt on that one, so they'd still have advantage on it.
I am gonna cast Moonbeam.
Oh,
Oh.
damn. It fails. Roll me that radiant damage. Oh, wait, hold on. Moonbeam is a concentration spell.
Mm.
So if you cast Moonbeam, you have to drop Entanglement.
Oh.
You can only have one concentration spell at a time.
That's right. Okay. Is it worth it?
It is a good spell. It does a lot of damage.
I want to say entanglement's probably better though, just for Thorin's safety.
Entanglement keeps us safe.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'm gonna retract Moonbeam then.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's
It's a
good.
cool spell. It's a cool spell.
It
Can't
is.
wait till you get an opportunity to use it.
If there's like a last man standing, I will try my best. It's any spell, right? That will break my concentration.
Any concentration spell. So if it has the little
okay.
C, if it has the little C next to it.
Why do I have so many concentration spells?
I don't know.
Because you didn't
picked...
pay attention to which ones are
Yeah,
concentration.
true.
You're like,
Yeah,
ooh,
looks
this
like
is a cool spell. I do that too sometimes, don't worry.
I do it well, to be fair, Barkskin and Spider Climb I didn't actively choose. Those were my
Oh,
spells,
I feel
but-
dumb. I probably could have got myself out of this situation.
How
Well,
do you mean?
channel divinity.
No. Well, that too. But, hey guys, guess what killed me the first time? What I called the Wand of Fireball.
Oh.
Oh.
Bruh.
Well, now Gunny's within range, so I don't know if you want to be playing around with that.
I mean,
I
technically
mean-
you could target it like right there.
target
'cause
it
what
back
is it? A
further.
30-foot?
Yeah.
But
30-foot radius. So actually, you'd have to target it back here, and you would get all three of them.
I can try. I guess I'll try.
I mean, you have +5 to hit, so, like, what's the worst that could happen? Oh, you
Well,
miss.
That's the worst.
You
I-
miss, but, like,
I
it's
spent-
fine.
I spent too long mulling it over that I didn't put a lot of effort into it.
Alright, Gunny turn. Go.
Oh, okay.
You have advantage on all of them.
Yep.
Oh, wait,
well,
duh,
Oh.
shit. Da-da, you have
I have
advantage.
advantage.
Roll again.
There we go.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
5 fire damage. Oh, god damn it. You are rolling just short of killing these things constantly. It is
That's
just
okay.
barely still up.
Eventually, I'll be able to use Moonbeam.
where's my
Do you
button?
get an
There it is.
aura at 3rd level? No, you don't. That's 5th level.
Yeah, well, I got something like it. It's marine layer.
Yeah,
We
no,
should take a look.
auras are passive. You don't have to use an
Oh.
action for auras.
Oh, this one's not an action. No action required.
As an action, you channel the sea.
To dispel. Leave me alone. Quiet. Anyway,
You technically shouldn't have advantage because Guiding Bolt only does 1 attack, but
that was
you
my
still
first
rolled
one.
a 22. So, yeah, you chop it to bits. To bits. It is gone.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
And essentially, I'm just going to walk out.
You stride into combat. Felociel's
Actually-
like, I can't really do much from here.
That's
Yeah,
kind of why,
I mean-
so you can move forward.
I was gonna say
Then it
they
gets
can move-
risky.
Move closer.
Then it gets risky for the squishy.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't have many hit points, even at 3rd level.
I'm the one aggroing.
Okay.
Their attention is on me.
Alright, you convinced her. She will move forward and screw it. Let's use a Jim's magic missile. Okay, that's 2 hits. That's pretty good. Y'all can still hear me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry, we were-
question by the way. Does a healer's kit contain metal at all?
Probably like a
Eh.
needle.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Needle and thread.
No, Blessing of the Forge, huh?
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
Artisan's Blessing. Blessing of the Forge gives me the +1 to AC or... hit
Again,
advantage.
the ghouls are dumb. They're not going to try to free themselves. They're going to make an attack at disadvantage.
That's all right. Yeah,
Uh,
actually, yeah, that one does.
Yeah.
yeah, and you no longer have any cover, so
Uh,
make me a Constitution saving throw. This is not a disease; it's a effect.
Yep. Con save.
Time they've been able to hit us, so. Uh-oh.
Oh, I want to say, hold on. Let me check the spell description of this one because I want to say gives me advantage against charmed, frightened, or possessed. Is
This
that a
is not
charm?
any of those.
No. Okay.
Yeah, ghouls are weird.
18.
Yeah, you're fine. It's only DC 10. It's
Yeah,
not that
and
bad.
that was 6 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, Thorin, your turn.
Nat 20 on
Ooh.
inflict wounds.
Oh. I'm assuming
damn.
level 1 because you only have one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it fucking melts.
My God.
You like poke it and it just explodes into like flesh gore.
I just casually
It's
walk.
awful.
I casually walk up to it and just give it a slight poke and just.
Yeah, it's awful, but also you just destroy this thing. Whatever magic was like
God.
animating it,
Wait.
you just rip to shreds.
What is this? Bonus action.
what
I'm gonna
class
bonus
are you?
action harness divine power. Cleric.
Is a cleric. He's an
Okay.
actual cleric as opposed to Father Paul, who was pretending to be a cleric. All right, Dada's turn.
I'll do nothing.
All right, Gunny's turn. God damn, the difference between second and third level with these things.
I mean,
Okay.
we didn't do too much that was like third level stuff, though.
I guess
Um,
you're just rolling better, and also had more time to prepare and figure shit
We're
out.
rolling better.
Yeah, we had a
I'm not
plan
rolling
this
shit.
time.
That's the change. I'm not rolling shit. Remember all the other combats where I could not hit shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the one time you did manage to hit something, then you were like, I roll deception to not let them know what I'm doing, and you got a nat fucking 1.
Oh God.
Actually, I was wondering if I could try this out, mainly because it's a new thing I got.
Okay.
Do you mind if I add Fury of the Tides to that attack?
Sure.
Technically,
What
I was
does
supposed to
it-
do it prior, but yep,
it's fine.
New
What does
thing.
it? What does it do?
once per turn for the duration, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can choose to push the target 10 feet away from you. If
It's
pushed into an obstacle.
restrained.
Oh, I guess it wouldn't matter.
Restraint makes it immune to being moved.
Never mind. And actually, do I do this
Sorry.
before or after? Because it's as a bonus action, you can channel the powerful might of the waves you.
I'll read
bolster
it
your
later. For now, I'm
attacks.
just gonna have Felocial roll to attack.
Okay.
Because I again want to get out of this combat as
Yeah,
fast as possible. All right, 3 barbs of Jim's magic missile. Pew, pew, pew. Nice. Those are some good hits. Those are some fucking bad rolls.
Oh God.
God damn it! It's still up. Okay. It's gonna roll to attack, and it's probably gonna miss.
I
Yeah,
hope so.
yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
All right, Thorin, go. Just kill it, please. Let us be free of this.
I'm gonna have to range this one. Damn it.
Or just let me go.
Has it been smacked?
Yes.
Then I do. Where is it? I do this. Whoops. Oh wait. Never mind. It is still restrained, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Then yes. Then.
You kill it.
I retrieve my.
Hooray!
Come now, Thorin. Let's get out of this hell room.
All right, each of you gets 200 experience points.
Yay.
Yay!
Uh,
I can be level 3 once we long rest now.
I'm just gonna let you do it right now. Just go ahead. Just
Okay.
do it.
I don't
Just
think
level up super quick.
Everyone
I don't
else
think
has
I get much anyway.
1500.
So.
You're not actually taking a long rest. I want you to be level 3 for this next part. So just go. Do it.
Yeah.
Hand of God
Fair.
reaches down and pushes you into becoming level 3. So, you head out of the crypts.
Okay.
Finally.
You head out of the crypts and you begin to make your way back towards the center of town as you are ushering Old Coward along. He's actually keeping up fine. He doesn't, like, his speed isn't reduced, just his strength. And
That's
he's,
good.
like, very sad that he can't swing his sword around, but other than that, whatever. And he's like, we must get back as quickly as possible. We should begin our investigation to find the children.
Yeah. Yes. We will.
As you get towards the first like outlying houses around town. Everyone make me perception checks.
Yay!
Oh, make sure to take off advantage.
Question: do I get the second level spell slots I now get though, or?
Yes, because you
Okay.
didn't use them. I'm basically just
Yeah.
pretending you leveled up before the combat, but like you didn't get the benefits for the combat. Okay, Thorin, as you approach, by the way, Gunny is just holding on to a strange gray heart-shaped piece of ceramic that seems hollow, that is covered in necromantic runes, and that seems relevant somehow, but you don't
Focused on
really
mission currently.
you don't really have time to stop
Yeah.
and think about that.
Just kind of in your bag.
As you get to these first houses at the edge of town, it is pitch black outside right now. It is the beginning of the season known as the starless sky. So there's no stars. There is light from the two moons of this world, but it is faint. And you notice that there are like lights on. There are like torches burning. The glow of people like in people's activity, even though it is like middle of the night. And you hear the vague rumblings of some kind of commotion off towards the Temple of Harmony.
Okay.
That's our heading, I suppose.
You see a crowd of people surrounding the steps that lead up to the Temple of Harmony, and they're all just sort of milling about, unsure of themselves. And you see that there is like some of them are holding like torches and things. They're all like talking amongst themselves. And the door to the Temple of Harmony is cracked slightly open, and there is some amount of light coming from in there as well.
Okay.
I guess I go and approach and say, "What's everyone doing?"
Rosemarie actually heads up and says, "Oh, you're back! Oh my goodness! It's really weird. Oh, Cowie, Cowie, are you okay?" She sort of notices Coward like hobbling and stuff, and is like, and Coward goes, I'll be fine, Rosemarie. Please, what's going on?" And she says, "Okay, Father Paul's kid, Jensen, he's back, but he was weird. He's got a knife. He's got this weird glowing golden knife, and he came up to me and asked me where you were, Cowie, and I said you were out, but that we could wait for you back at your inn, at the nice rest inn. So we went over there, and then what Tristram was there. I was real confused. I don't know why Tristram was there, because I thought he left with the caravan to like avoid it, but he was there. He was just behind the counter. He was like setting stuff up. I don't know what that was about, but Jensen just sprang at him and like pulled a knife on him, and they're in there. They're in the temple. I don't know what's going on.
Enough, Rosemary. Get everyone out of here. This is not a place that we need to bring innocent people into. That child is not the same child.
Okay.
That,
We
okay.
need you to gather. We need you to gather the townspeople, and we need you to tell them that Father Paul was not who he said he was, and he has these weird plans, and we're not sure what exactly they
He's dead
are
now.
yet. We took care of him. He's trying
He
to
was
awaken
evil.
something. We need you to get these people out of here.
She looks like confused but determined, and she says, "Okay, okay, I trust you." And she like goes and starts like gathering people up, and she's like, come on, we have to get out of here. It's not safe. We have to get back to our homes. Come on." And she like starts leading people away, and soon enough, it is just the four of you counting, or no, the five of you counting Old Coward. Well, okay. I think Rosemarie, once she has gathered most of the townsfolk, would head back over and go to Old Coward and say, Are you okay? Do you need? Can I do anything for you?" And I'm going to give you a choice. Do you want Old Coward to come with you into the Temple of Harmony?
I want him to be safe.
No, because they're after him. They're after him.
Right.
So I ask Rosemary, Rosemary, I need you to take Old Coward out here. He is not well, and they're after him. So you must hide him away. Don't even tell me where you put him.
What?
Take him out of town if you have to.
I'll.
Take
Do-
everyone out of town if you have
I'm
to.
sure Coward will know something, but it is not safe for him here.
I'll
He will
do what I
give you a
can.
better explanation later, but right now.
He sort of starts coughing again, but nods, and she sort of goes, "Okay, okay, I'll do what I can." And she starts leading him away. And now it is just the four of you and the cracked open door of the Temple of Harmony.
Alright, well, who wants to fight a child?
That is no child. That is the demon that his father brought into this
Oh.
world, whatever his master is. But I know damn well that's not his child. So we must go forth and free that child of that demon.
He was adopted! Old Coward shouts over his shoulder.
It doesn't matter.
I hope
So
there's
was I.
some remnants of him still left in there.
Okay.
If anything, is a preferable option to slavery under that demon's spell.
So we're gonna do a bit of a
See.
mix between some visuals and some theater of the mind, by which I mean I have some stuff for you to look at, but I am not drawing in the characters. First of all, because I wasn't sure which characters would be in this scene that I prepared ahead of time. But we return to the Temple of Harmony, now at night,
Ooh, it's spooky.
and standing behind that podium, actually, like one hand holding Tristram, who is trying to get away, but Jensen is like holding him with surprising strength for a child of his age. He only looks to be like 16 or 17, I believe I mentioned at some point.
Mhm.
The other hand, Jensen is holding a glowing golden dagger, with which he is like poking around the floorboards up on that stage. And as you enter, he like springs back to attention, pulling Tristram closer to his chest and leveling his blade at Tristram's neck. And he says, "Stay back."
Hey,
Boy.
kiddo.
Boy. Hold on, let me
Boy.
get my deep voice in. Hold on, give me a minute.
Gotta
Yeah,
get
yeah,
that
yeah.
nice deep freaking Kratos. Boy.
Yeah.
Boy, what are you doing?
You killed George. I will not fail. The work we have put into this, it is too
Boy.
much to go back now.
Boy, whatever you've done can be atoned for.
It's never
But
too late.
if you dare try to hurt that man next to you, I will stop at nothing to slaughter you where you stand.
The false words of a believer of the empty gods.
I pull out his father's short sword. Weird. That's what your father told me. Yet
He
my
is
God
going.
Now
So
hold on,
strong.
hold on.
Roll. This wouldn't really be initiative. Roll like some sort of. Well, okay. No, yeah, we'll go to initiative.
Intimidation.
We're gonna do
persuasion.
initiative. It's not exactly
Just
an
to see who
initiative
gets
roll.
to react first, kind of.
Yeah, I'm gonna put.
Hmm. Oh, that's gunny. Never mind. That's possibly good. We'll find out we'll find out.
I had to say there was no token, so
Yeah, we don't have tokens on this layer, so
I'm hoping we can just knock him out or something. I don't want to kill this child.
that's kind of why I was trying to intimidate a little bit.
okay.
You know, by pulling out his father's sword and basically saying, "Yeah, your father tried that. How do you think you're gonna
Okay.
fare?"
So, Gunny, you
True.
have a couple of seconds to react. You can tell that he is moving to do something, but you can't tell exactly what he is doing. And again, he has a knife to this child's neck.
How
Mhm.
close am I?
The whole like temple away, you're still standing near the entryway, so it is like 60 feet.
Were you moving in though when when you were talking?
If you moved in while talking, he would have started acting like the moment you left that area next to the entryway.
Okay.
Literally, the first thing he said was, "Don't come any closer."
True.
And, I mean, there's nothing I can really do except for try to intimidate.
Could be
Do you
possibly
have
maybe
you have a bow and
st-
arrow? You can try and shoot his hand or something.
Yeah, but I'd have to drop my shield and sword and then pull out the bow, and then I'd be able to do a shot. But, a hostage, which technically counts as what? Quarter cover, half cover?
Half cover, and if you like fail the hit by a certain margin, you will hit the
Exactly.
child.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah, I'm basically just trying to intimidate him to, let the hostage go.
All right. I will let you get a free insight check to see how difficult this might be.
Psh,
All right, on a 10, you see that his hand on the knife is like not shaking. He is very sure in what he is doing.
all I got is run at him and try to cut off his hand. Or intimidate.
And you cover 60 feet in one turn and
No.
still make an attack.
No. No, I
You'd
can't.
have to shoot to be able to make an attack.
Yeah, and I don't trust myself to hit. Fuck.
hold on, because if you reach him
I
in
can't.
your movement, if you do a run and then a dash, and you can like face him.
Yeah, get there.
If he
but-
stabs that kid, I might be able to make like a healing word on him.
NPCs without stats don't go to death saves. They just
they
die.
They just die.
Slice.
All right, you
Okay.
rolled an 8. You rolled an 8.
Yeah.
All right. For his initiative, he got a 17, so he moves next. Your empty gods and empty threats do not phase my conviction. And then he's gonna kick over that podium in front of him, and as it tips forward, the like top of it pops open, and a deluge of this dark reddish brown fluid starts to pour across the floorboards of the church. Everyone can make me a perception check.
I sure hope it's not gasoline.
On a 13, I will say Thorin recognizes a couple of smells in the air. Can't discern what most of them are, but he definitely recognizes the smell of communion wine.
Okay.
So that was his object interaction. And then as his action per turn, Jensen makes an attack on the rope holding up the chandelier.
Oh.
Oh.
You can reach that?
He
It
can
is
throw.
right next to him.
Well,
yes.
he's like
Shit.
17.
Oh, that's where it's held
Oh
by?
shit!
Okay.
I don't have it. Fuck! I don't have it drawn on this layer. God
Oh.
damn
No,
it!
you don't.
Sorry, it's
what
right.
I'm like,
It's
is it-
right here. It's right here. I don't have it drawn on this layer because I'm stupid, but it's right there.
Oh. No, it's okay.
I worked so hard on this and then I fucked up. Anyway,
Okay.
he cuts the rope. The chandelier falls and shatters to pieces in the midst of that wave of wine and other fluids. And as the burning incense on this chandelier makes contact with the fluid, it immediately whoosh catches into a gout, a just wave of flame that begins to spread across this entire, you now remember,
Oh my god.
very wooden church.
Mm.
And you lose sight of the two of them as from the other side of the smoke, Jensen. Actually, I don't think he would say anything. I had a line for Father Paul, but I don't think Jensen has anything to say about this. You you lose sight of him, and the church is on fire. Temple, god damn it, the temple's on fire. Temple church, the place of worship, is on fire.
Are we still in turn order?
Yeah, da-da, it's your turn.
I don't think there's anything I can do about that.
It is a big fire that is spreading quickly.
Yeah. Can we just leave the church?
You can.
I'm gonna try and see if I can see Jensen exiting exiting to the outside of the church in any sort of way. As
All right,
I'm
let's
out
go.
there.
Outside.
So I will say there are no doorways on the backside. The back of the temple is to the cliff, but there are windows. So
Yeah, I want to see if I can see just any sort of figure leaving the church
there's a
from
north
that
window.
area.
So there's a north window and a south window. Which way do you go?
Well, I'd imagine I could see him from the entrance, couldn't I?
You can see the window.
Yeah, I just
Can
want
you
to see if there's
see-
a figure leaving the
Are
area of
both
the
windows
church.
open?
It is dark, but make me a perception check.
Oh,
Damn, it's dark. Without
Okay.
getting closer, you don't think you'd be able to tell.
okay, I'll go south instead, I think.
Okay. You head towards the south
And-
window.
Figure out that that's the right way to go.
I am going to say you're probably dashing at this point, but having to go all the way out and around, a dash doesn't quite get you to that window in this one turn. It
Okay.
is roughly like 80 feet going all the way around the outside, so
Would I be able to see it from where I'm at now?
you can see the window, and you can see that the window is not broken. You
Well-
can also see the growing orange glow of fire from the larger windows. Thorin,
Yeah.
it is your turn. You see
Mhm.
Dada just like take off outside, and you see his figure pass on the southern, like out the southern windows there, those big bay windows.
Mhm.
What do you do?
So they're looking that way. So how far into the building are we?
You are at the entrance, so like 5 feet or less from the door. I will say the entire temple, including the like stage area, is 80 feet long.
80 feet long. How high up are the windows?
They are roughly 6 feet off the ground.
So
It's
I
taller
could
than
not,
you.
Yeah. So that takes out one plan.
Oh yeah, they're 6 feet off the ground. You wouldn't be able to see. Well, I already said it.
Well, there's that, and
I mean,
then
I could look up at the window.
I'm pretty sure you're not as tall
Scale.
as 6 feet. Are you taller than 6
No,
feet?
but I could see something that's 6 feet in the air with my eyes.
I'm 8 foot tall.
Yes,
So I
but like I was specifically referring to the fact that I mentioned Thorin seeing you pass through the window, but he wouldn't have. He's short. Oh well, too late.
Yeah.
Could I use one of the benches to be able to like run and jump out the other side windows to cut some distance off?
You can. I will say it is glass.
Yes.
You are going to take some slashing damage.
Yes. Can I say, just to try to help reduce the damage, I'm leading shield first. Jumping out. Obviously won't stop it all, but like, just to help
Yeah, you
reduce
hit the
it.
glass as you fall.
Okay, yeah, sure. You go shield first towards the window. Roll me a dexterity save, and I will reduce the damage based on how well you use your shield to deflect the glass.
Ooh. I don't deflect it well.
I
I keep my shield forward and I land on my feet right on.
You take 7 slashing damage. It's a good idea, but I mean,
It didn't work out for the roll.
Well, and also like you lead with your shield, you still end up with glass like raining down on you. So that takes most of your movement, and
Takes
probably
most of movement.
no, that wouldn't be an action. Go ahead.
I and then I look towards the window that would be up front that way.
Yeah. Okay.
That
So
one.
roll me a perception check.
Ooh.
All right.
Any signs of
Um,
people's?
Smoke was beginning to pile up in the like higher part of the room. You know, smoke rises, and it is not. It is now like billowing out of the window that you just jumped through. There is no smoke coming from the window up ahead, which you are pretty sure means it's not broken.
They might have had a trap door up front.
Yeah, that's
The
what I
window's
was
not
thinking.
broken on this side.
Gunny, your turn.
If I couldn't see if
How?
there's no way for them to leave the church, then there's definitely a
In-
trapdoor.
You said it's about 60 feet long, so maybe 40,
80.
30 feet across? Sorry,
80.
80.
It's 80 including the
Including
room.
this.
He was up at the front of the stage, so it was only 60 feet there. The stage is like 20 feet deep.
Yeah, basically, what's the area of fire that's on the ground?
It is. I'm gonna be honest. I expected you to just leave the temple, because also at the time, it was supposed to be Father Paul, who you weren't supposed to care about. But anyway, um, you have been very fast. At this point, it's only been 6 seconds ish. I think it's not quite to the walls. If you dash, you might be able to get just past the wall of fire.
Also, did Gunny
That's not
move
what I mean.
at all
That's
during
not what
his
I mean.
last turn?
No, that's not what I'm getting at. How big is the fire?
Large, it's spreading across the floor via the wine and catching quickly on this dry wood. So it's
I didn't know that wine.
the room
Oh,
is
it's alcohol. Never mind.
the room is 5 feet. It's also okay. Fuck it. I'll just tell you. It's also mixed with like oil and some of that like super strong moonshine alcohol. That yeah, it is basically gasoline. Temple is 40 feet across, so I guess it would be like 30 feet by 15 feet, like 15 feet deep, 30 feet wide, because it's really catching on the. It like
Okay.
went down the
No, that's all
rows
I
of
need.
the pews.
Sorry,
Okay.
that's all I need. Create water.
Okay. You pour water on an oil fire.
That's not what the description says in my spell.
It's an oil fire.
It's-
I'm fully aware.
Let me look.
Yeah, here.
You
I'll
either create
post
or
it.
destroy water. Create water. You create up to 10 gallons of clean water within range in an open container. Alternatively, the water falls as rain in the. Oh, it falls as rain. Okay. 30-foot cube within range. Extinguishing exposed flames in the area. Huh.
Which gets interesting with grease and oil flames, but I mean,
Is it oil if it's mostly alcohol?
It's a mix of oil and alcohol that meant to be like close to ethanol or gasoline. It's yeah, okay. It's not
It would
magical
at least,
fire, so it would work.
At least
It is magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you extinguish an area of this fire.
Preferably the an area you can walk through.
Yep. Some of it is
Technically,
gonna
that
still
should
be
double
burning.
it. Well, yeah.
Nope. No. Some of it
I
is
would
still burning.
expect the alcohol to still be burning, but you said it was 30 by 15.
40.
This takes.
Oh wait, no, I did say 30 by 15.
You said
Holy
30.
shit.
That's why I asked.
Mhm.
I'm using the noggin. I'm using the noggin today.
Mhm.
Huh.
For once.
Well, goddamn. Okay. Yeah, I guess you just put out the fire, which I really was not expecting.
I will say this. Basically, even though this is not a church of my worship, I still cannot let a place of worship just, be destroyed oh so. Especially because I'm pissed. I just want to piss off that kid. So, I'm doing
Okay.
this out of spite.
Well, all right. So you're extinguishing the flames. I will say this still unleashes like a cloud of steam that is mixing with the smoke, and it's still very hard to see.
That's fully fine.
It's easier to see than the smoke, though. So if you want, you can roll me a perception check. I will say it's going to be a high DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's
Nah.
just too much of a mess. There's still like bits of fire being extinguished and steam pouring everywhere and all that. It's still hot because it is being extinguished as you speak.
yeah.
So if you rush forward, you'll still take some damage.
My goal was to get rid of the fire.
Okay.
That was my main goal. That's my main goal.
So then that'll be your turn. I guess you save the temple and then ta-da.
Would I be able to see that the fire's out?
The glow would no longer be there, so I'd
Yeah,
assume so.
I mean yeah, definitely. Oh, that's a point. Gunny, do you have dark vision?
Do
No.
any of us?
Wait, do I? I don't know if Goliaths have dark vision. I don't think so. That's not on my
You do
traits.
not.
So.
Okay, so actually, you shouldn't have gotten that perception check at all because you put out the fire and that was the only source of light in this room. So you're plunged into pitch black. Dada, do you have dark vision?
I'm trying to find out if satyrs do. We're gonna say that I don't because I'm not seeing anything.
All right, so yeah, pitch black. You don't see anything. Thorin, you have dark vision. You can see in shades of gray. You are currently outside the bay windows, and you have enough movement to make it to that like
Oh, I was gonna try and go back to the entrance on my turn.
equivalent to that window. Oh, okay. Sorry. All right.
No, we got distracted with dark vision. You're good, but that's just what. Could I make it all the way back to the entrance, or am I only a little bit back?
You'd have to dash.
Yeah, I can do that. I don't have to do. I mean, I'm not gonna do anything once I get there. So.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay. So back to Thorin. Yeah. So you can see in shades of gray.
How tall am I again? I am 4'2", so how high could I reach?
You cannot quite reach the window. You would have to figure out something to stand on, some way to climb
up. Not this
up.
window. Not that window. The one that I jumped out of.
You want to climb back in the window. It's covered in broken glass. It's covered in broken glass. You would be taking more damage.
Because I'm thinking of possibly like doing like the cloth wrap thing.
Oh, like around your hand so you don't touch glass?
Either that or like taking my shield and trying to push off above my head and clear an area before coming in.
I will let you like
do a check for it.
Basically, the way that I'm picturing it is sort of like you can either try to hurdle it, which would be athletics as a like just jumping over it, and you're not like tall,
too
so
short
it would
to be able to do that. I feel
like what's your strength? What's your strength bonus? Or no, what's your strength score?
Score is 16.
Okay, so you theoretically could. It would be very difficult, high DC. I'm gonna say,
and I'm 4'2".
I'm gonna say
jump
it was
6 feet.
So it was going to start at 30 and then reduced by your thing by 6. It's 24. The DC is 24 on an athletics check. So I don't think you can do that.
I don't think I can jump. Let's just try to pull myself on it.
The other thing you can do is try to like use your shield to pull yourself over. Which
shield was either going to be, if it was shield, it was going to be trying to push the glass off the ledge so I don't cut myself, or it'd be I use of the healer's kit or some cloth to wrap my hands before trying to climb.
I'll let you use the shield to break the glass as an action.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So
am I still able to?
Just roll.
That'd be climbing movement, so it'd just be like half speed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you don't have to roll anything. You can just do that. Yeah, okay. So you're back in, but you have used your action and like 15 feet of your movement.
10,
or 10 feet. 10 feet.
So I have 15 left. From whatever window you think I would have jumped out of, I start approaching the front and start keeping an eye open for signs of like hatches or stuff.
Yeah, Celestial has a light spell.
Oh shit, yeah. Okay, so she has to touch something to use it. So she's
Yeah.
going to reach over to Gunny and cast light on a sword, I guess.
Yeah, don't do
Um,
the sword. The
okay.
hat. I put my head down.
Okay, yep, fair. She puts it on the hat. And then she's going to move forward now that the fire's out, but she doesn't get like all the way up there either. Gunny, your turn.
Is it safe to say I have a pirate hat?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Try corner.
Yeah. Uh, it's nothing important. I just, I feel like I'm missing that aspect. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the flames are out, but it's still like a bit hot from the coals and stuff like that.
Yeah, I will say it's starting to cool down now. I'm reducing the damage each round, and I'll go ahead and say you think one more round and it'll be like cool enough to walk over.
Okay. Well, now that there's light, is it all right if I try to do another perception
Yeah.
to
Okay.
try and see
Yeah.
where they ran off to?
Yes.
13.
There's still a fair amount of steam and smog in this room, and you can't like the light doesn't reach all the way to the other end because of this smog and steam. So you can't quite make anything out.
Okay. Other than
Ta-da,
that,
you're back at the entrance. Oh, I mean, you move, right?
yeah, I guess I move a bit closer. Close enough to where I'm
to
not
the edge
getting.
of where the fire was.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just hold on. There we go, and then we're just gonna do a bunch of fire damage there, and no more podium. So ta-da, it's back to your turn. You have light now, and everyone's sort of moving forward. It's still pretty steamy in here, pretty warm, but the fire is out.
So I have a question. Since I have hooves, if I walk through it, is it gonna hurt? It's not gonna hurt my feet, is
It's
it?
more the steam.
It's hot.
True.
Steam conducts heat very well.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever stood over when you're trying to pour noodles into the strainer?
Yeah.
But I could just risk the damage. I could turn into a... No, that wouldn't help. Can I, like,
Did-
walk around it, like, this way?
Yes, it would take at least 2 turns, but yes.
I was gonna ask.
Okay.
Did anybody check behind the building?
There is no behind the building, it just goes
It's a
directly
cliff.
into the cliff.
That's why I
Oh.
jumped out the window and
Oh.
then climbed back in. And then
Gotcha.
try to go to the backside.
Yeah, I'll just spend my next 2 turns walking around it.
Thorin, you make it up to the podium. Well, there, where the podium was. You can do. You don't see anything in particular. It looks just like the stage. At a glance, it looks just like the stage, as you knew it from when you woke up here that one time.
And
You can
so,
make an investigation check.
now. Investigation. This is why I wanted the wizard up here.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's an old wooden stage. There's a lot of creaky floorboards. There's a lot of loose stuff. It's hard to tell where to start. Gunny, you also, especially now that the room has cooled off, you make it up to the
Okay.
stage.
I guess I check the walls and the floorboards to,
You're gonna have one investigation check. You can either do it for the walls or the floor.
Okay, I'm gonna say floor because he was banging his knife against it. That's got me curious if he was like testing something. Oh shit, was that supposed to be investigation or
It was
perception?
investigation. I will let you
Oh.
keep the roll. We're just gonna change the modifier.
Yeah,
So
it's
your
a
investigation.
-1, so it's 17.
No, you rolled a 17 and then -1, so it's a 16.
Oh, sorry, yeah, 16.
So as I said, there's a lot of creaky floorboards, but there is one that has some distinctive like knife markings around certain edges that you can sort of start to pry at. You like slot your sword into one of those. It looks like a knife was used to pry it up, and you put your sword in where the pry mark was, and you sort of wiggle it, and the floorboard does move, but it does not like pop out right away. This is definitely the one. You have found it, but it is not coming away as easily as you expected.
Anybody got a crowbar?
That was your turn. and your action. So we're gonna move to Dara.
Okay.
I found it.
Still.
Come, everybody. There we go.
Okay. I'm still walking.
Yeah, you make your way up. You have an action, and you know where you're looking.
I have a shovel.
That's not really the shovel's more for dirt.
Yeah, but I can still use it. I mean, it's
You'll
still like a
probably-
piece
you-
of
You'll
metal.
probably break the wood.
It's a piece of metal that I could still shove in between the boards.
A piece of metal and wood. The part you're
Well, if I-
leveraging on is wood.
If I break the wood, does it matter that much? Do we really care about it?
No, the handle of the shovel is wood.
Yeah, but shovels are stronger than that. It's not made out of like a twig.
The floor is also hardwood. Michael is saying that your shovel is probably around equivalent strength to the floorboards, and you might damage it. And I mean, I don't know about that. I will say this is not the optimal tool for the situation, so I'll let you make the check, but it will be a higher DC.
Actually, do I have a crowbar?
Okay.
I'm kind of curious.
Alternatively, you could just attack it.
Yeah, I might as well.
Shillelagh.
don't-
Just fucking shillelagh.
Oh
shit.
I missed.
There's,
I mean,
hit
it's an
my toe.
inanimate object.
there's one thing I was listening to where the wizard just cast disintegrate on the door.
It has an
God.
AC, but the AC. I'm gonna say the AC's 8. That's gonna hit. Yeah, you leave a big dent in it. It seems you're making some progress, but it's gonna be. It would take a couple of turns of that type of damage. Felocial's gonna go quick. Does Ray of Frost make any sense on this? It doesn't, but her
not
quarterstaff
really.
does. But her quarterstaff does less damage, so she's gonna. Oh shit! She still has the blood-seeking blade, but the floorboards don't have blood, and it actually also does less damage. Ray of Frost is the best thing she has. All right, she's just gonna try to blast it open.
She could at least maybe shrink the floorboard. I don't know.
Okay. Yep, it's taken some damage. It's not open quite yet, but yeah. Thorin, you now arrive. You're now up here with everyone hitting the floor. What are you gonna do?
How long do we think we'll be on this chase, possibly, before either getting it done or coming back to regroup? I guess you could say.
Until we find out where they went. I want to free that child.
Nice hit. Okay. Damn it. Okay, it's still there. Gunny, your turn.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same idea, except for I'm gonna whip out my great club and just try to smash through it. Swing.
All right, you hit. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you shatter this board into splinters. And what you see is it drops down into a very tight little crawlway that leads towards the wall.
Towards the back wall?
Towards the back wall.
Going, we're tunneling into the mountain.
No, that just leads off to a cliff.
Is it going into it, or is it just?
The cliff towers above. It goes into the cliff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we were hanging off of a cliff.
No,
Okay.
we're below.
Nope.
We're below cliff.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're at
you're
the
at-
bottom of the cliff.
Yep. The Great Table Plateau spans away above you.
There's no way I'm fitting down there.
You
Is
could, but it would be squeezing,
Yeah.
which means, it would take you a couple turns.
Yes. Do we know of any way into the mountain?
The only other time you have gone into the cliff was the crawling cave. Roll
You
me an
guys-
insight check.
Me?
I don't know. Fuck it. I'll just say it. Remember the landslide at the end of the spider cave?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
There was no way past that. You did explore every part of that cave that you had access to. It
So it
is
doesn't
just
go to
this. You
Alright.
have to go in this hole.
I push Gunny into the hole.
All right. I get in the hole.
All right.
You
Yep.
push.
As I
more
said,
like
it
just
is.
shove my thigh.
It is squeezing, and with that, we are going to drop out a turn order as
Very
Jensen
far away
has
by now.
moved. Yeah, Jensen has moved far enough away that you actually have no chance of catching up to him, even if you dash.
In character, we're still going.
Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
keep going. You follow this tunnel as it widens out a short way down into this tunnel that is like it's actually very like blocky and cubic, and I'm not gonna make you roll for it. Felocial comments. This looks like the striation on dirt and rock made by the by the move earth spell. And then a little bit further, you reach a rougher portion, and you recognize the marks of like pickaxe, of the markings of pickaxes chipping away at stone. And it continues like that, alternating. Sometimes one wall will be moved with earth, and the other wall will be like manually excavated. Whatever this tunnel is, it looks like it has taken an extremely long amount of time with a lot of effort from multiple people moving Earth as much as they can. And it continues to wind down and around. If you want, y'all can make survival checks to try to track in your head what direction you're going. All right.
Thorin does.
Thorin, you actually notice that it does curve around vaguely back and forth, but it does eventually. The majority of the curve is leading to the right, which you remember means that this tunnel is heading down and to the north towards the area that the Spider's Cave terminated in. Eventually, you do manage to make it to a place where it is very dark. You are going by the light of Gunny's
Hat.
so this widens out even further eventually to an area where before it was maybe like 5 feet wide. You are following what turns into a blend between natural cave and this like carved out area. And you arrive to this wide open area that stretches off into the distance. I would suggest y'all zoom out because this is a big map.
Yeah.
And you come to see a huge room stretching before you, lit by a pale blue glow from above. It is all dim light, but as you move in, and you can go ahead and move your tokens forward, you begin to see slowly more and more of this room. So I haven't populated this room with the tokens yet because we are going to end the session here when I like reveal what's going on. But in the center of this room, you see a large altar, and by large, I mean fucking massive. Standing
God.
at the top of which are several figures bound in chain and rope and web to the different pillars. These little circles are pillars. The little, those 8 little circles are pillars.
Yeah, gotcha.
And they are all blindfolded and gagged and squirming against their restraints. And then in the middle of that altar, you catch a glimpse of Jensen, who is standing at the top of this thing, staring at all of you. And Thorin, you can make me a history check with advantage to recognize the stonework of this altar. This is a very distinctive type of stonework that you have seen before. Exactly once before. At
Yeah.
the end of the crawling caves.
Yeah.
In fact, as you look out into the wider edges of the room, you see that there are these corners. And in these corners are identical looking cairns to the one you found in the crawling cave, except these ones in these other corners are complete. They are not covered by a landslide, not counting this corner, which is mostly covered by a landslide. And the other notable thing about that one partial cairn is that Over the top of it is a huge, thick lattice of web that extends across the ceiling, and it is this web that is glowing faintly blue, with magic spun into it. And hanging from the web over the cairn that once trapped it is a giant spider. And by giant,
Yay!
I mean truly giant. I will actually drop his token in and show you. He is a giant creature, 20 feet by 20 feet,
Cool.
hanging in this web over the cairn that once imprisoned him. And standing on the altar is Jensen, and then around him are several imprisoned individuals. And you can roll me a perception check, Thorin, for something else.
I feel like I know this part. Yeah.
Yeah.
If one of those
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah.
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 Over in the corner, bottom left, you see your daughter, bound and chained. And Jensen is brandishing his golden knife, standing on top of this altar. He looks out of breath. He has been dashing to stay away from you guys, but he has done it. He has completed all the steps required to begin the ritual. Not ideally, his adoptive father is dead. He did not get the blood of his mortal enemy. And, some things have gone awry, but he has done it. And he looks upon the three of you, winded and out of breath, but triumphant. Next time, on Coward's Call, we will begin a very special type of combat. Also, for the record, here is what those cairns look like.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Cool.
with people bound to those pillars.
Yeah.
This is what you face. How do you feel?
So this sucks.
Just that
You
the
have
sucker
now
people-
finally seen the giant spider, which, looking around this room, is the lesser of five evils.
My character is just currently pissed the fuck off seeing people bound.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And yeah, basically I'm gonna kill that child.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad we're in agreement. Thorin, any comments? You finally found your daughter. I'm not sorry. Thank you all for watching. And please, if you like what you've seen so far and you want to help us continue the story, tell a friend you think would like our weird little adventure. If you're watching this live on Twitch, you can follow us for notifications on when we go live. And if you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, hey, did you know that we record these live on Twitch? Also, if you like the video and comment on it, it helps us immensely with the algorithm. Until next time, I've been your host, the Grand Author. We'll see you soon.